confusion all at the same time. Let me ask you from a point of view as somebody who's interested in this, how liquid is it? How does it work for an individual investor? If they want to be exposed to it, what do they do?
Well, this is just an index, and so there's underlying liquidity in the coins. I mean, you know, Bitcoin is trading sometimes $12–13 billion a day of liquidity now, and so the big coins certainly, and in order to get in our index, you needed to have at least real liquidity on real exchanges. And you know, Bloomberg, who's our partner in this thing, they're the ones who are determining that. At one point, there will be, you know, I'm sure other products that are linked to this index, but right now we're just announcing the index.
So talk to me a little bit about Warren Buffett's comments, and he's not the only one, by the way. You know, you see a lot of enthusiasm, and people have made fortunes, and you hear a lot about that. And then people have been very scared, and they have lost it, or they're very skeptical and think it's all a sort of, you know, a casino or rat poison or whatever negative connotation you want to put on it.
Yeah, this is in a lot of ways, this revolution was a millennial-led revolution, and it was a retail-led revolution. Last year, 98% of investing in it was from retail. It was kind of, I call it the people's revolution. It was a response against the breakdown of trust in central authorities. What I've found is, if guys have gray hair, you see, I have no hair.
Yeah.
But if you've got gray
so
hair,
that makes you the exception, the neutral party.
They're much more skeptical.
Right.
Think of it this way: if I give my mother digital flowers for Mother's Day, I'll get a slap across the face. But when my daughter,
so that's a funny analysis. But it's true. If you want to go through this channel, I kind of covered Warren Buffett and his opinions, and the main thing I want to focus on is the digital revolution. If you do have a chance, please follow Max Keiser. He really goes into in-depth analysis of how the banks and our central banking system they're just basically parasites to the society by charging fees, by nickel and diming people. And living in the United States, and most of the people who watch this channel, we're 50% international, about 47% United States. You know, most of you guys come from a country where the currency is very stable. The your central bank or your central government isn't inflating your currency so that, you know, your savings isn't being halved every year or being halved every 2 months. I've mentioned Venezuela is a great example where literally if you had saved $100 within 2 or 3 years, your $100 would be worth like $1 or $2. So there's no point in saving. So this is a digital revolution that will really help a lot of people, not just impoverished people in third world countries, but, you know, let's now go back to people like us in the first world where we are heavily burdened or leached by banking. There's plenty of fees you have to pay. There's merchant processing fees you pay when you use your card, which you don't pay, the merchant pays, but it's passed on in cost. And a lot of this is hopefully in the future, and that's why a lot of crypto enthusiasts are so optimistic. A lot of this will become more efficient. I don't think it'll ever get replaced. I don't think banks will go away. I don't think credit cards will go away. It's just instead of charging 3%, like most credit cards do, they might have to now match Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash and charge 0.1% or 0.2%. Instead of charging you a $25 bounce check fee, they might now only charge you a $1 bounce check fee, or there is no more bouncing of checks because you can just send it through the blockchain and it clears, and you don't have to worry about, you know, your balance is overdraft. And I mean, I don't want to go in. I mean, the biggest problem too was with Wells Fargo and their scandal where they were opening up fraudulent bank accounts to make money, and the CEO of Wells Fargo walks away with $200 million as a severance package. This is kind of repetitive. If you don't have haven't seen this, I have my Max Keiser videos that I posted not too long ago if you want to go through it. But that is why I'm optimistic and very, very bullish on cryptocurrencies. And it's fine that, you know, the older generation can call it rat poison because they've made a lot of money and a lot of their wealth has been generated by kind of putting millennials in debt, making assets like real estate unaffordable and inflating it, making education super expensive. So yeah, us millennials right now, we're the first generation to come in poorer than the last generation, and crypto might be our Jesus. We'll see. But let me know your thoughts on this, and I will talk to you guys soon.